inside of me. You make me better than I was before. Let's see where we were. Right. Today I'm gonna quest and kill our first dude. Trek. Yeah. Kill the executioner. Details. Izumi. Sure. Sumitsetsu, yes. This is not the area. So he's around here. Okay. Let's make our way back. Another ocean. Always a great thing. This is actually a second bomb. Is there a way? No. Don't matter. Don't matter. No one watches this anyway. Be the kind of man she sees in her dreams. I wanna be your man, and I wanna be her man. God, I only hope she still believes in the man I wanna be. Oh, I know this late night the talk is cheap. But Lord, don't give up on me. Level 12. Oops. Okay, well, might as well jump in. Yeah, man. No, I don't. No, I don't. But apparently, I get. Okay. We'll see. Oh, it's you. You're a lucky fuck.
一騎衆の助けも得たと知れば、京女殿も喜ぶじゃろう。
Let's free. What? There. Why is it delayed? Real weird. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know why it reminds me of that, but okay. So I can build it. Kerosene. Everything's just right. Yeah, except for one thing. You should be here, standing on your arm around me, cutting up, cracking a cold beer, saying cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure been a good year. It's one of those moments. It's got your name written all over it, and you know that if I had just one wish, it deep meant you didn't have to miss this. Taking a few pictures on your phone, showing them off to everybody that you know back home. Hey, Linus, how you doing? How are you? Good, good, good. Just some country, you know. You never sing? In the shower, perhaps?
嘆かわしい。泉は歌舞伎者にすっかり染まってしもうてな。連中には困ったものじゃ。
Nah, nah, nah.
浪人崩れに見えるもの。
それが違う。
Yeah, sure.
決まりやしきたり
Two times denial. Nope.
世の道理を
Never.
ひっくり返す者たちでな。派手な衣に無礼な振る舞い。若い者はあやつらを持って
You want me to believe it?
民百姓にとっては疫病
Yeah.
でしかないわい。
大名は野放しにしとるのか。
You never know.
戦や企みごとに大忙しで、民草の訴えなど聞く耳持たぬのだ。
わかった。任せておけ。
How do you say it's good for you in German? Just thinking. Oh, you're thinking. Es tut dir gut. Yeah, exactly. Es tut dir gut. It would do you it would do you some good. Just get it off. Just do it. You never know. Or what would help as well is, fixing SafariNet. You never know. I mean, I would have helped you if I had the program still, but setting it up is too much trouble. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, exactly. Because I knew you would say it. Well, my question is, what's broken about it? Exactly. So why fix what isn't broken? Everything. I doubt that. I mean, yeah, give the people what they want, exactly like the song. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, it would be better to rewrite the whole thing. You know. But it's been what has it been 3 years, 4 years since I last touched it. Yep. Especially because there's different versions, going all the way to 1.8 or so, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be unrealistic to just cut out some of those versions. Let's be honest. Anyone that's on 1.8 by now, when it's 1.21, yeah, you know, fuck them. I think Bisha Ranks as well supports a lot of versions. But if I rebuild it, I'm just gonna start at the latest. Any bugs that is in the previous, nah, not worth it. Not at all. Yeah, exactly. So what brings that down to 1.14, 15 when it first started? 1.12. Wow, exactly. So you remember? Well, I don't know if you remember. Yeah. Well, yeah. I might have started. Yeah, I never played 1.11. I started at 1.12. So it's correct. I skipped 10 and 11. Um, so far, that's correct. But just have. Why do you need to support all those versions? They're dead. 1.8 is used for PvP, so they're not going to use any of those plugins. You can skip those. You might go back to 1.19 at the most. Yeah, but 1.8. What does it offer? Others beyond the PvP that most use it for. There's not much, and the 1 or 2% that use it are, well, they have a working version. So anything that you add is not going to be for them. Well, if they want performance, they have to upgrade. Simple as that. I'm not gonna. If I ever do start a server, I'm not gonna go back to 1.8. I'm gonna start at whatever the latest is, if Minecraft even still exists at that time. And the thing you'll do is hang around and stand there, probably. um, where is? Oh, just wanted to do it. Sorry. So, if you wanted to rewrite SafariNet and some of the others that you do have, or still upkeep, just grab the majority of the code and skip most of the versions. 1.8, 1.18. Skip those and just hell. If need be, I'll announce it that you're dropping all the other support versions because 1.18 is no different than 1.19. Maybe a few blocks. That's it. I don't care. You know I don't. Well, that's a good reason. It's a perfect reason, actually. What other features that you had in mind? Foreign items, custom count, etc. Oh, so for example, you can use an egg 3 times, and then it's gone. Kind of like reusable, but with a limit. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that actually sounds good. I mean, imagine from a previous owner point of view. Yeah, that's something I would have sold as a perk. That someone can craft the eggs, but they can only use it for a limited amount of time. Resources get more expensive, all that sort of thing. That would actually be a good thing. Uh, animal specific eggs. Only be able to catch a pig or a vex or whatever. Like the crafting recipe having pig meat, beef. I think it is. It's an amazing idea, actually. I would support it, yeah. And if they don't, well, fuck them. You gotta move on from what your recipe is, and if you can improve it, just improve it. It's as simple as that. I would, yeah, I would do that. Just, and if need be, I'll release a poll for you. But you don't need the people to tell you it's a good idea. Just giving them more options, yeah, you should. Makes the plugin interesting as well. Yeah, but I know you, and there's more than that. Like, not sure if it's needed. Because, for one, you would love to make money out of it. Let's be honest. You're gonna add a feature that plenty of people have access to, in the sense that they paid for the plugin already. Um, so you would be doing it mostly for old players or old buyers, and that's something you have to go across as well. As in, fuck it, I'm giving something. Maybe they'll donate for my time. You know, an appreciation, a tip. Yes, no, but uh, you think I'm doing this to get the views and donations and whatever? Hell no. I'm doing this because I like to do this. I like to play a game. And fuck it. If no one watches, no one watches. If someone watches, like you do right now, yeah, fine. Makes it all more interesting. I had one guy too, yeah. Anytime there was an issue, I fixed it. It was with BC Ranch actually. If there was a problem, it was for his kid. But if there was a problem, I would fix it. He paid me 100 or whatever, a tenner, 20, up to 100 every single time. He didn't care. And fine, do it if you want to, but it's not why I do it. I mean, it's. I'm not gonna lie. That is something that would help. It motivates. Obviously, it does, but that's not why you should do it. And if you don't see the fun of whatever you're doing, either find a way to make it interesting if it's something that you really invested your time in, which you have, or find something else that works for you that makes not necessarily money, but it keeps it interesting. Hell, I'm playing a game, and it's only because I like it. And it's not because I want views. It's not because I want donations. Hell no. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Simple as that. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna force anyone. I don't know. It's not me. What the fuck is that? I would suggest take a Baco, a Bacardi Coke. It will relax you. What the fuck is this? has the game done compared to the other ones? What the fuck? Oh, thanks for the follow.
やがて人格を支配し感覚を乗っ取ってしまいます。先人たちはこれを流入現象と呼んでいます。あなたの人格が失われた時、
I
体はアニムスエゴの
hope the music stops, guys. I didn't test it.
あなたはそれに抗う術を学びつつあります。
Holy shit.
前に
Keeps going.
暗い道にかすかな光が見えるは
How
ず。
do I stop it?
遠い昔の人物。
Okay, that is not good.
彼らの意志が赤々と燃えています。行かなければまた会いましょう。
Well, that's good because I'm hearing a lot of noise. There we go. Whew, that's a long ass sound. Um, yeah, anyway. No, you're the second, actually. But that still counts. Under my webcam, you can see number 2, which is the amount of followers, not the amount of players viewing. People viewing.
その者らも無駄死にさせるおつもりか。より穏便な手立てがあるかと。
Yeah, I thought as much. Nah, it's the amount of people that are following. So, aside from laziness, what keeps you from updating, adding those features? Aside from laziness.
それでは早速、和田これだけにしよう。兵女様のためには戦わぬ。なれど元順が命を落とさぬために戦おう。では日の入りとともに攻めましょう。
How long would it take to implement these features? Because you got the crafting. It's just a few configurations. A few checks. Mm-hmm. No, it isn't. No. I mean, in my case, I would have to look through the code, and it will require a lot of testing. Hell, it would require the whole setup to get the server back up. But because if I remember correctly, you have one method that is going through about 20 versions. Wow. 15. And yeah. Now, if you skip a lot of these versions, so 1.8 through 1.17, let's say, if you kick all those out, makes the plugin a lot cleaner in the sense that denser. And then I think there's a crafting method, general method, that just reads certain areas. I'm not sure exactly. So just a private, well, general method you have to create, really. Private, act type, something. I don't remember the code exactly. I have to look at it, but it's not hard. Exactly. It's just a general method.
勝つか戦って死ぬのみ
Because it just reads from one area.
おったぞ
But other than that,
すぐ敵を撃つ
if you fix that, should be fine, really. Should be
殺される
even less than a day or two. Whew. That's a good one, actually. I think around 2019. But when I look at it, I still know what it does. Although I do admit it's hard to get back into
我がこれだけは私が
the BC ranks because it's just such a big plugin. I mean, SparringNet is big, but it's purely because of the versions, not the amount of code. It's just the versions support that it makes it a lot bigger. Whereas BC ranks has a lot of support for different things. So yeah, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Plus, I mean, it's not the greatest riding ever. Yeah, you done? So yeah. Yeah. I mean, you make methods that make sense at the time, and then at some point, if you don't touch it enough,
止めねば
I mean, version specific things, they just use one general method, and you just add a class. Well, you add some one class, change a few numbers, and pretty much that's it. It's plug and play, so to speak. It's not hard, but if you have something break or want to add something, then you're like, okay, this goes where? Okay, but what does this do? Why did I name it that? Makes no sense. Well, it does make sense, but purely because you don't remember and you've grown into different code styles, you learn something new, you would do something different, but to do something, to implement whatever you learned, requires you to change 100 lines of code. Because one method, changing one method or one line breaks 300, three other methods, which in turn break another few, which might break entire classes or
我が
even
こ
worse.
れだけを探そう
So yeah.
切り裂き苦しむままに置き去りにして死に至らしめた。
Oh, it's one ear. Guy. Cut down by her. This is different from the others.
以来、私は復讐の念のみをよすがに生きてきたんじゃ。同じ苦しみを味わえ。
So instead of killing him, what I've been doing, he just lays there, groans, moans, talk, and then gets killed. Instead of just being dead, a little talk in the afterlife, and done. Real weird.
待て、やめろ。
Gesture.
ケンジ
Took your every word
仲間は降伏し
I
和睦を
can
訳された後に焼き
say
殺された
about
皆の恨みを晴らすのだ
you, how much
や
I
めぬか。
really
それでは
miss
信長のやることと同じではないか。
you. In the house is
お主らが
on
刀を与え
backyard's
命
bright
がけで
as
寺
a
を
crack
守れ
of
と
dawn. From
なれど
overflows
敵と
like
早々に
running
和睦を結び我らを見殺しにしたのは誰じゃ。そして義を求むるわしにお主は
Just
忍びを送ってよこしたのだ。
will.
それを今さらこやつらは生きるに値せる。
Every light in the house is gone. That's how you serve
玄順
justice.
殿の仰せの通り、信長に仕える者は死に値しましょう。たわけどもめ。
Lights up.
私は玄順を救うために戦おうたというに救いようがないわ。
It's
お主ら皆な。
ouch.
これで満足か。
行かせてやれ。お主は我らの血は流させぬと言うたが、結局仲間の血が流れた。その意味があったのであればよいがな。
お父上から縁を切られたとき、どう思われたのですか。
戸惑うた。
私は父が死んだとき、父がそこら中におり、抱かれておるかのように感じました。でも次の刹那には、すべてが消えておりました。まるで虚しさに飲まれたようで、和田を殺せばそれが埋まるかと思うたのに、この人らは私のせいで死んだ。
違う。織田信長のせいだ。
これは仇討ちではなく、私の戦なのかもしれません。
寺の尊き像を最も必要とする者の手に預けるも、そうしたるわしの務め。親鸞上人は何万ものために生きる望みを与えたもうた。なおえよ、今どう感じていようとも、お主はまだ息をしておる。希望がある。それが虚しさを埋めるであろう。
はい。京女様もいつかお父上と許し合えますように。
Target killed. That's not Act 2, is it? Yeah, still rebuilding. Okay. Hey, another one. Good.
今は遊んでやれんのじゃ。
It's different. What the? Mine echoes. But what do echoes do? What can you do with projects? Oh. Never mind. Let's see. Can I untrack this? Untrack. Yeah, yeah. Do 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 do. Mixtapes got a little hang, little drink, a little something, bumping, thumping on the beat, right? Little stronger than you think, so take a sip of that feel, right? Nah, I'm gonna break a rule. This is how we roll. There you go. Yeah, we'll probably stick to our guns. Oh yeah, right. Hang on, I'm gonna do a poll. Let's see. Hey, um, I'm gonna do something which is related to your idea, your egg idea. I'm gonna show up a poll. So I'm gonna suggest your idea, um, but it's gonna be in favor of dropping some of the versions that the plugin supports. So hang on. Luckily, you haven't removed my access. What should I call it? There you go. There you go. I'm gonna edit slightly. I what I did is yes, I put you to work, but at the same time I made it easier. And if really desperately needed, um, I'll have to. Hell, I'm gonna call your ass to have set it up and help you. No, I'm gonna copy it right now. Let's see. Copy text. There you go. Now, but if you have less versions to worry about, it's gonna be a lot easier. Oh, really? Reusable with an amount of times of use and change it to capture the mobs. Yeah, I would love to see an option to create multiple eggs instead of only two options. Exactly. It's a great idea. They're all in favor. Well, not all, but you know what I mean. They're in favor, and they don't care about the versions. I mean, it's a good idea that you had. I would follow up on it. It's just that if it makes it easier to drop 1.8, fuck those that use it. Sometimes you gotta do things the way you want it to make it fun for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave my message, and I'm gonna delete yours. Good. No, but seriously, mate. No, it. If there's a way I can support you, I would, and I will. But let's be real. SafariNet is a desired plugin. You have to go with the times. It's been 15 years or so, whatever, since you built that plugin. I joined you because of a few bugs, and I think it's time to expand on the plugin, on the idea that you had first in the first place. Yeah. No, 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 no. I'll help you if you. I do have to set it up, and I don't mind helping you, but Just work at it on your own time. I didn't set a date. I didn't set a time. So you got time. Hell, changing anything doesn't really fix it. Hell, I go against my boss. Did I want to? Well, I could do it right now. Uh, you do know. I mean, the source code is private. Well, I can access it, but I think it's been a while since I've done. But okay, what the fuck am I doing? Anyway, it's been a while since I've done it, but I could probably access the code. Yeah. Um, the thing is, the setup. It's gonna take a lot of time because I don't exactly remember how to do it. You've touched it a lot more than I did. Let's be real. And I do remember a lot of shit. It might take me half a day to read into it and know exactly what everything does. So it's not difficult. It's not difficult. Hell, um, it said I'm doing something else right now. Otherwise, I would log in. I'm not gonna show the code on stream, if you know what I mean. Bacardi Coke. I had a 1.5 liter bottle, I think, and now I'm drinking a 700 milliliter. So yeah, it's a lot of alcohol. Hence the singing I was doing at the start. Let me grab it for you, okay? Uh, I even have it in the box. Let's see. Put it back in its box. And it's empty as hell. It's a 3 liter, actually. They have bigger than this, I think. But this is a 3 liter. But it was about half full, so And this one is from Germany, your home place. Perfekt zum Mixen. So, wiederum mit Sorten Blumen. My German is bad. Und fruchtigen Geschmacksnoten. What the fuck is that word? Geschmacksnoten? Anyway, it's a German bottle. And I got two more of those. One with a flavor. Hey, I'm not. Oh, shit. I'm not off work as much as you are. I got work to do, and so drinking and driving is not a good idea. The fuck happened? There you go. Get up there. You. No, 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 no. Friday. I got today off. I'm off work today and tomorrow. Oops. And then Friday I got an evening. About 7 hours of work. And then Saturday, Sunday off. I came home this morning at around 5. Always down for dropping all versions as far as I can tell. So it is. Yep, thought so too. Mate, I think you should do it. Time don't last forever. Sometimes people, you have to force people into doing their shit, doing work. Because they're lazy. Stuck in cold weather. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Can I call you? Mm-hmm. Excuses. How long have you been with this university? I've known you for 5 years. And you're still talking about this university, schoolwork, IT, and name it. Yeah, I know you, buddy. I know you. I don't forget shit. That's a longest time. Well, don't stop making excuses. If you don't make excuses, I won't mention it. That's that's one thing that you need to learn. Anyone needs to learn. I don't forget shit, and wait, you finally got a job? I'm sorry, what? You got a job? A wage is a wage. Since when? 14 an hour. Well, I mean, if you're in version, it's it's decent actually. But since when did you get this job? Okay, yeah. Now you do say it's more. Well, it's okay. So here's the thing. Actual work, yeah, roughly 1 year. So let's see. You've been working about a year. It's 14 an hour ish, which is, I mean, this bottle costs half of what it would be here, but you make a lot of money. Let's be real. I couldn't go to any store here and get some of the money back, but let's say this is $5. Here would be 10, and I get 25 cents back just for it, bringing it back. I'm still paying a lot, and I'm not getting twice the amount of money. So in that regard, No, 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 no. But uh, the only way where I was going is that the only way to make a decent amount from Minecraft, as you would say, is if you actually worked for it, which you don't. So the only lucrative part of your wage is the actual assistant that you are. Now, I'm not your assistant, so I'm not going to code for you. I'm not going to make money for you. Hell, at some point. Yeah, exactly. So you need it. But the only way for MC to the only way to for MC to make more money is if you actually spend time with it or into put money time into it, which you don't.
絵に描きたいのに強い
That
て言う
said, it also it's not your future. It's not gonna be all end all. You're not gonna be doing it for 80 years.
そっとじゃ
So you want to have a future of some kind. You have some want to have something to fall back on.
うるさかったか
You sure you make 200 a month, which doesn't sound a lot, especially because I make over 3,000 per 4 weeks. But when I was in doing that kind of labor, simply put, I wasn't making that much. Hell, most of it went to taxes and all that stuff. I wasn't making that much. Even if I say 300 or 400 or maybe 1,000, I'm still giving away 400 or whatever, 40% to some entity and never seeing it back. All you're giving is maybe 10%. So you're still better off. Where's my mouse? Crying out loud. We're neighbors. Country neighbors. And still, that fucker makes more. I have to go to fucking Germany to get. Hell, I wish I would lived on the border. That way it would have been cheaper to live. Groceries in Germany and live in Dutch in the Netherlands. Yeah. Or work in the Netherlands. Live in Germany. Mm. Oh, perfection. A whole level of perfection, actually. Yeah. Okay, like, let's say I earn $20 an hour. I make a little bit more, but let's say I earn $20 an hour. With that $20, I could buy a whole fucking uh, grocery shopping cart, grocery shopping cart full of groceries. Anything you would need for a week. I might be oversaturating, but you know what I mean. and live decently as a German. Now, if I do that as a Dutchie, if your card is this big, as a German, it would be this full. Or as a Dutchie shopping in German, it would be this full. If you reverse that, it would be this full. But it's this big. It, you're paying so many taxes and so much. Yeah, I know. That 20 gets you down to like $10. The rest is all taxes. Yeah. But at the same time, we pay a ton more. So, let's say I go to work right now. I'll get $30 an hour. Then I go to that $30. Since I made a change that taxes or the agency that collects the taxes gets everything. They take what after all that I get $18 of that hour. With that $18, I can do my groceries. Now, something like a pre-made pancake pack. You know, there's about 12 of them in it. It costs $3 normally. Taxes come along, makes it $3.50. So I'm losing 50 cents extra on top of those $3 out of that $15. Then at the end of the year, I do my taxes and say, "Hey, I earned this. I earned that $30." Okay, they say you earned. Mm, okay, you earned $30. You're in that kind of scale. We'll give you $5 back. Okay, I got 20, but I still threw away 10. Plus, I paid 50 cents extra over taxes, so I'm losing money. I'm losing 10.50 at the end of it. Then, if you count the car, I buy it for an X amount. I pay an X amount, so I buy it for 13K every month. I pay an extra, but on top of that, taxes. Everything has taxes, so you're paying your $1 that you get 15 cents. The rest is all taxes. It's so annoying. Well, if I'm a German, I go here. I earn $30. What do I pay? €5, maybe. I keep 25 at most. Huge difference. It's too much money, too many taxes. Everything you want to do, it has a tax. So you get less, but spend less. I get more, but I spend more. And whatever I explained, I hope you, I hope you understood. But still, it's crazy. Well, okay, let me put it this way: you get 30, I get 30. I keep 15. The rest is all in taxes. I might get $3 back. You get 25 at the end of it all with your grocery bag. That's that's all it is. You keep so much of it. Holy shit! He got choke slammed. Holy shit.
ここで何をしておる？助立ちに来た。それには礼を言うが、その
So basically, if I could live a little closer to the border, I would save a lot of money. Just going shopping in Germany, no problem. That's why every Dutch guy that lives close gets gas. And why Germany said, hey, we don't want you Dutch guys getting gas here. I know it's cheaper, but we don't want it. It's simple. We don't want it. Go back to your own country, get it there.
逃げることもかなわぬしな。逃げようなどとは思ったら。だがな、仇討ちと定めは同じではないぞ。志は分かった。この僧兵たちの狙いを探る手伝いをしてくれぬか。そうしたらもう一度考えよう。どうだ？分かった。生き残りじゃ。神社から盗みを働こうとは何事ぞ。それでよくそうと言えるな。
盗み盗まれるが世の習いよ。ならば盗む側に回るまで我らは真理に目覚めた。そして無行の信仰を捨て無行の信仰を得たのだ。
That's why we shop in China.
ここに盗むものなどありはせん。やはり狙うなら南蛮寺だったな。
恥を知れ。野良犬にも劣る者どもめ。こやつらをどうしたものか。許しについて語って
We forgive. Don't worry.
野良犬は許し。そうだな。慈しこたびは許そう。だが二度目はないと気も。
さあ、失せろ。
お顔は。
なんということはない。
夫のあのかんざしを。
狼にかつてかも。
佐吉か。
そうだ。
そのかんざしは大事なものか。夫との思い出の品でな。
You don't have to worry about it, baby.
夫が未だそこにおるように感じられる。行き場のない悲しみは怒りに変わるのだな。佐吉を見つけねば。奴らは高槻の南蛮寺に向かったようじゃ。佐吉とやらも一緒じゃろう。行こう。
穏便にな。己が何をしたか分かっておらんのだ。
連れ帰るつもりなれど、わけは聞かねばな。佐吉はあれがどういうものか知っておる。
Follow.
何者じゃ。赤子の時の親を亡くしたもので。
For me another one.
だが夫を亡くした。
A German delight.
私はすべてから逃げた。そして一向宗に加わり、起き去られた佐吉は二度と笑わなかったそうに。寂しかったのじゃろう。されど教えるべきことは何か。
Not that it tastes any different, but you know.
光に震えるこの手ではあやつを救うことはできぬ。私に代わってかんざしを取り戻し、佐吉と共に戻ってくれ。
In the northern Setsu, in the church, it is held by okay, so it's around here. Wake me up in the dead of the night. Break my plans, baby, that's alright. There's a drop, everything kind of thing. I'll pour you a drink, the doors unlocked, I'll leave on the lights, baby, you can. There's nothing there. opens the door. Ah, Scheiße.
盗
Schweinhund.
どもは南蛮寺へ向かったという。追えば佐吉
Sure.
を見つけられよう。
It wasn't the church, right? Okay. Church of Tabasaki.
何故この地に南蛮寺を
Hello.
金のためか。
Castle and oh, there he is.
お助けを。
静かにせえ。ややに頼まれた。来い。
わしは何も盗んどらん。わしは悪いことなど何一つしとらんぞ。
Come here, bitch! You took it! Whatever I'm looking for. Let me look. Thank you. I don't care about you guys. Yoo-hoo! Yeah! Bitch.
教えを忘れ、恩人に対して盗みを働くとはいかなる了見だ。
捨てたのは誰じゃ。ややが消え、わしの道も消えたんじゃ。
で、盗っ人になったと。やや、よせ。口出しする気か。火はどちらにもあった。されど、佐吉もかんざしも無事だったんじゃ。もう良いではないか。 怒りに任せて我を忘れてしまった。夫を亡くした時、追いやってしまい、すまなかった。許せ。お前も新しい家族を探さずにはいられなかったのだな。
You had a
それ
husband?
が野良犬どもであっても。許してくれるか、佐吉。
許すよ。ややね。
But she tried
許
so
しとは
hard.
なかなか難しいものだな。許しをこうたのなんぞ何年ぶりやら。
Let's work together. Get some allies.
考えてくれたか。とはいえ、決我が至る先は分かっておる。私には無理だ。正直無念だが、致し方あるまい。すまん。ここで別れだ。
Samurai Daisho and loot chest. I'll do that in a minute. Be right back. Oh, this looks crappy on YouTube, but hey, that's what you get for live. Uncut, that is. The radio. Nay. What the fuck? 9. Let me skip this. I got music on the background. I don't know if it's hearable, but it's mostly for me, because, yeah. Oh, we got a chest. Specific. Hmm? Oh. As long as you don't shoot the red barrel, we're all good. Fuck you and your defense. Ow. I can do that too, you know. That she didn't doesn't mean I can't. She's just the lazy part of me. Ow. There we go. Are you just that dumb, or what? What I would be. Okay, that's not me. Shoot. Another chest for me to ruin. There we go. Here and see if we can get anything out of them. Hello. The Feet. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. There's 3 of them or so. Let's get them. That's faster way down. Home remedy. I have some names. That's gotta hurt. Oh, where are we gonna get those guys? Except they're doing it on a empty Discord or an empty Twitch because they're not the best. No one's the best. That's it. You must be anonymous. Not. Same thing. Oh, snap. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. Oh. No. Why won't you die when I ask you to? Next. At least now it's just one. Okay, I would like if it popped up how many there were left. She's not gonna Oh, do I love banning people? Actually, I do. I've banned so many people in my life. No, no time. I don't have the time to be spotted. I got looting to do. Pussy. Long as she don't go. Don't change the girl. It's just it's some kind of guy that there's always some of these that just want the best viewers are at blah 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 blah, and I don't care about people advertising. It's an empty stream. Let's be honest. Who cares? No one's gonna watch this. It's pointless. Yep. I'm not gonna watch anyone else. At least none that are interesting. If I find them interesting, I'm gonna find them anyway. So, question: are you gonna pick up if I call you? And say agents. Yep. Oh, that's gonna be it. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna use it, aren't you? Because I want to test something. Ooh, maybe I want to test something. If you're okay with it, let me. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. I just need to make sure. Without fail. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Let's see if it works and see how much of a scaredy cat you are. Because I'm curious. What did you do? Oh, God, no. I will be honest, I don't mind. I mean, if the X change depending on the mob you capture is with the same egg, yeah, okay. Let's see if it works. Hey, it's fake. Okay, what did you say? Oh, it works. Okay. See, it's much easier that way. Let me just. I'm not sure if it captures it, but knowing you for what is it, 5 years? Yeah, exactly. So it's about time, isn't it? Exactly. I mean, come on. Um, so I'm curious. What made you decide? Because I never asked you this. What made you decide to start scripting? Yeah, okay, I get that. Uh, But I mean, when I started, uh, it was JavaScript, and funny enough, it was Neobot, the obvious name that I have. Well, that was the start of my journey, so to speak. But I never asked you the reason you started to make Safarinet, because that's how I knew you. Yeah, 50. Holy. Uh, so you have 50 people on your server. Well, what made you decide to take it down? I mean, at some point you have to. Yeah, true, true, true. Oh, that sounds familiar. It sounds like home. I mean, yeah. Let's be honest. When I started the server, I mean, I joined a friend of mine, an old friend by now, but I joined an old friend of mine, and he had his own server. At some point, I became a moderator. At some point, I became an admin, and eventually, I took over the entire server. And just like you, there were a few plugins or ideas that I had that I couldn't find, like BC ranks. It didn't have certain options. I found similar, but they didn't have the options that I needed. So finally, I decided to make it or create it. But prior to that, you had SwiftKit, which was dedicated program that would allow you to play RuneScape with additional benefit, like checking your rank and stats and all that. So that got me into coding. But there has to, so to hear you say that there's a plugin that you wanted, but it wasn't there, so you decided to create it. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's pretty well. It's not exactly the same, but you know, sounds interesting. In at the very least. いや Have I ever played it? C sharp, yeah, it's a different language. Well, obviously a different language, but it's an entire different entity, so to speak. Yeah. So, did I ever test or play that game? I don't think so. Yeah. Wow. You're a brookie, so to speak. Yeah. Okay. So you just tried to make your own game because from what I remember, you wanted to be not per se a developer, but do something within that field. If I remember correctly, I mean, you didn't want to do medicine, obviously. So, what made you decide to go into the field that you are? Yeah, I mean, yeah. What couldn't you do with code? Obviously, you can do a lot. There's not. It's not perfect. Look at Chat GPT. Uh, there's a lot you can do. That's one. That's true. That much is true. I don't, I'm just I'm just thinking out loud here. So, because when I met you, uh, I came to you for SafariNet. I could scroll all the way back. I'm not going to do it. There was something that was missing. I don't remember exactly what. Well, uh, yeah, someone like that. There's not much missing except that I asked you, okay, I there's this and this and this missing or broken. Can you fix it? And either I said that I coded a few things, or you asked me whether I was a developer or not. And in either case, yeah, was my answer. And you said, well, if you could fix it, here you go. And I added a bunch of things, and from there, we got where we are, sorta. But in my opinion, it grew way beyond that. And honestly, it's weird that it took. I mean, we've always spoken on and off, which is which is fun, because you're a mysterious dude. Although I, yeah, you're a mysterious dude. Even though I found you, I found my way through it. But you're you, yeah. I don't know what the word is. Hell, I don't even know the German word. But do you remember back when Bearcraft was online? You were there, but also you weren't. And if anyone asked you something personal, you would run back. You know, it's like you would. Okay, I'm not gonna go in near this PC. This is not where I am. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You would run away, so to speak. Which, and I mean, I knew you weren't running away. You just didn't want to answer it. And that's fun. You had to keep your mystery. I'm not gonna say, hey, you have to be open, and everyone has to know what you do. Obviously, but why? Why did you run, so to speak?
Yeah. So yeah, no idea.
You know, because I don't know. It's been a journey. Let's be real. We started. Well, you started making a plugin back in 1.8. I didn't even know it existed. A damn simple plugin. In concept, it's a simple plugin. You capture something, you
Mhm.
release it. Simple.
Yeah,
So
but all those NMS components make it very hard to maintain.
definitely. So let me ask you this: what was the reason for mm, allowing people to capture it? Let me start with that. Why? What is the reason you said, okay, I don't want to give people a big egg. I want
Maybe
to.
it was maybe it was because I wanted to allow people transporting mobs around the world. So because they because I had a server with different worlds,
Mm-hmm.
different overworlds maybe. Can't really remember why I did it.
Yeah. So instead of, so let's say, and this has happened to me before. Maybe you can relate. So I'm gonna use it as an example. But hey, I got a pig here, but it doesn't want to go into a pen. Can you kill it and put it back so it is in the pen? Uh,
Yeah,
and now I named it, so it had the name Jason. So could you rename it to Jason as well? Something simple.
that yeah could be the reason.
I don't know. I'm
Sure.
just spitballing,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
because um, the at some point, and this is the reason I made BC ranks, is some people. I came across a server at first that had these ranking systems where you could earn things over time. Just be online for 1 hour and you would get the ability to change your name. Be on around for 2 hours, you'd get the ability to use slash back, all that stuff. right? Now,
Yeah.
at some point, I thought, you know what? Okay, but I want them to earn an achievement, and I wanted to do a certain action, which just wasn't available. At least I didn't find a plugin for it, so that's why I created BC Ranks. I expanded upon it with placeholder API and whatever other capability that I added. But I could, for plugins to exist, you have to have a reason for it to be made. Let's be real.
Of course.
Unless that could be either personal experience or someone asking you, "Hey, could you make this?" Now, if something is requested, it's usually a small plugin. Like, can I get a slash nickname plugin that changes people's name? You would add that plugin with a few aliases. It's simple. It takes half a day at maximum, if not an hour, and it's done. But something like SafariNet, BC Ranks, Telegram, which is also unique, very unique actually. To make something like that has to be personal. Or am I wrong in that?
I think I remember why I made it. There was a FTB mod for FTBeast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what FTBeast is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this one of the first mod packs for Minecraft.
Yeah.
And there was an item which was called SafariNet, so I made this item on my server, but for Spigot. So you don't have to install FTB for it
So you basically
to have
turn.
the item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was the reason. Yeah, actually, you can look it up. There must be a crafting recipe somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on Curse Forge.
So
No,
you
this is not.
basically turned.
Yeah, a mod into a plugin.
Yeah, that. I mean, it's still not a bad idea. And even then, and
Yeah,
I, that's why I pushed him to expand upon the idea because it is a great idea and it has a lot of potential. Even those things that people didn't think about that you came up with. I mean, it has a lot of
yeah,
potential and it
yeah,
just takes a
sure.
little bit of time. But if when it gets too big as far as it is now, I mean, it's a pretty big plugin. It's a pretty big deal. It's something that most people can't miss. Let's be real. Anyone wants to just grab a pig, put it
Yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah, sure, yeah.
If it
The
takes a few
concept
resources, they
is
have to
very
mine
basic.
more.
Yes,
Yeah. So
yeah. There were also people remaking the plugin and they're just cloning it and publishing it under a different name. So for example, Ultimate Catcher,
yeah,
which Sangoda made.
there's
Yeah,
also
so
always
it
gonna be
must be very popular.
yeah. But okay, so
I think they have only 1,000 downloads or less, and it's a free plugin. So yeah, I think my plugin is still installed on more servers than for the free plugin.
yeah. Now I'm in sounds biased maybe eventually because I there might be one or two words left in the entire plugin that you that you own. But the last thing I would worry about is someone quote unquote stealing your idea, which eventually has been someone
Yeah,
else's
yeah,
idea.
that's true. Yeah,
So I
it's not
wouldn't
my idea initially.
personally. I wouldn't worry about that. thing I would worry about is keeping what you have your own, and the customers that you have with you. So in the example of what you said, ultimate whatever, I'm not even gonna finish the name. You
Yeah.
have an ingredient that people paid for and they want to keep. Now, any new customers, you want to attract them, obviously. So you want to add something that makes yours premium, that makes it unique from whatever free version there is. Now, obviously, people are gonna take whatever recipe you have and make public and make it free. But the difference is those that make it free will make it once, twice, and either fail to upgrade it or abandon it altogether with a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
What you could do is just keep going, keep updating it, uh, expanding it as much as possible for whatever the idea is. BC ranks at some point is not expandable, especially with placeholder API. There's 1,000, if not 1,000,000 of possibilities. All you need to do is create a new plugin that supports it. Supports placeholder API and BC ranks supports it. That's all. That's how expensive that plugin is. Now
Mm.
there are gonna be people that create it for free. That's gonna create a plugin that's gonna do the same thing, supports whatever API there is, that is master of all, and then publish it, no cost, whatever. But at some point they're gonna give up. What are you gonna do if you can?
Yeah.
Keep going and support
Yeah,
them.
we'll try.
Well, yeah, it's all trial and error, and it's difficult. It's something you have to go through. It's not always easy. It's not always. The only reason I quit, well, quit is a big word, but I'm not going to deny that I sort of did, is history. Without
Okay.
delving into too much, I mean, I got busy. I, I got a lot going on. Hell, I've been up for 18 hours right now, purely because I'm addicted to this game. But I couldn't do it in code. I got a house to hold. I got bills, more bills to pay. I got a girlfriend that I'm gonna be married to this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot, and
Nice.
coding is fun, and I still know how to do it, but it's not gonna upkeep.
Yeah, it's hard to get back into coding again all
Yeah,
those years.
so you have to make choices, and my choice was to give you all the code, all the. I mean, I knew you had the ability, but I gave you a quote unquote finished project, a finished item, and all you had to do was just add a new class for a different version, and it would pretty much work. Obviously,
Uh,
there's going to be bugs, but for most of it, it's going to work. That was uh, my goal.
yeah, I think it's still working on some newer versions. I updated it to 1.20, I think, but not for the latest version. So, but it would be an easy fix. So, yeah, and just add new classes to it, and yeah, support the new Minecraft versions.
Yeah,
It's
there's only
pretty simple,
yeah. I mean,
but not adding new features. That's
no,
very hard in
no
in a
need for
code
new
base.
features. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
When I gave it to
yeah,
you, I also ran out of ideas. What am I gonna add that's not already in placeholder API? What's not already possible with creating a new plugin that supports that API that could be then integrated into BC Ranks? There's not much. There's nothing really. That would just
Yeah.
be creating a new plugin. The only thing that the plugin does more than placeholder API is things that I knew at that time that could be easily implemented that placeholder API didn't do. That's the only thing.
Mhm.
So if, for instance, I'm not sure if it's correct, but let's say it didn't check how long someone has been online for at that point, from login to log off, how long that person has been online for. If placeholder API didn't check that, my plugin would. That's the only thing. I'm not going to create
Mhm.
some kind of tournament around it. How many kills, all that. If Minecraft
Yeah.
or placeholder API tracks it, it's going to be supported, but I'm not going to create a method for it. There's no need. I'm just going to make a possibility for it to read it. That's all. And that's what the plugin does. So there's no need for more methods. The only need is updating and upkeeping with whatever version releases at that moment. Now, the hardest part at that point becomes creating a guide, which is fucking difficult.
Mm. Yeah.
Because what I had was, okay, can this plugin support this, that, or such? Well, does this plugin that you named support placeholder API? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Okay, I'll look into supporting it. I'll look at the API, see if I can implement it, add some methods, some features, um, uh, MMO something, not MCMMO, but some MMO didn't have support at the time, so I added it. No problem. Um, does it support placeholder API? Great. I'll implement it. No problem. Oh, I don't even need to do it. Just, yeah. Okay, you need to use placeholder API, this icon, this name, and there you go. The plugin does the rest. It reads, and there you go. It, all you need to do is reference it inside the plugin that it needs this
Yeah, it's pretty
placeholder.
easy. Yeah. So,
And there you go. It's much simpler that way. Now, that's the key to creating some things. Depending on the plugin, all you need to do is one method that's general, which uh, SafariNet could have something like the crafting method that you mentioned. If it's a general method, which it could be, then it's just reading stuff that you mention it to read, and it doesn't have to be version specific. So, yeah, it's not that difficult, but it's the desire to do it, and not,
yeah.
not looking at whatever free version, whatever guy decides to invest their own free time into creating something that's already premium and releasing it for free. Hell, in some cases, you can even say, hey, this is basically my plugin, or this is my idea, fuck off.
Uh,
I mean, speaking doesn't work that way, but we both get it. So, how do I make my own design unique? And I'll be honest, you attracted me at some point, which is not a great thing.
yeah. Maybe.
But um, it helped at some points. I'm sure it did.
Yeah, sure.
till the point that I quit because I had more stuff to do. But so that brings me to Telegram. Why the
Telegram.
hell did you make Telegram?
I did the Telegram chatbot thingy. Um, I think it was to chat with the people on the server while I am on the train or in school. I mean, the plugin is also like 12 years old, something like that. Not sure.
Yeah, something like that because I don't think
Uh,
Telegram even existed.
yeah,
Exists anymore.
it still does,
Oh,
but I don't use it that frequently. In Germany, people use it still,
oh really?
besides WhatsApp. Yeah,
Because I'll be honest, I never heard of Telegram. I have heard of Facebook and obviously Discord, but
yeah, it might be a thing in Germany and other countries.
let me look at it.
But yeah, it's pretty popular.
Telegram. There's another thing that I've heard of, which it's not TeamViewer, but it's I don't know, something similar, TeamSpeak or something like that.
Yeah. TeamSpeak, where you can talk, but not really chat with people. It's just talking. You can host your own server,
Yeah,
so you don't have to rely on other providers.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just
TeamSpeak was also pretty popular in the gaming community, but it has yeah, Discord has taken over, so it's not
yeah.
relevant anymore.
I mean, at some point, let's say 2050, we don't need texting or SMS, which would call it. Um, we don't need Facebook. We don't need anything. We just need
Yeah, probably.
WhatsApp and Discord. That's all we need. Skype died in favor of Discord, and I do remember using Skype,
Yeah, same.
but no one uses that anymore. And I know, well, we called it MSN. I don't know if you called it that as well, which is short for Messenger.
Yeah, MSN, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's dead. Anyone using it
Yeah.
now, which I doubt anyone does, but
Very
uh,
unlikely.
but then again, at the same time, I do remember and love the old features of those programs, which are things that current versions rarely, if even properly use. Look, like say Messenger, which my old account name was Silver Snake 13, which shows the ancient time, but you would have the ability to change to set a what do you call it an about section, which would be under your name,
Hmm.
um, which Discord uses, but in a different way. You have your sort of about section, which also shows whatever kind
Yeah.
of game you're playing, but it was just different. It meant everything. Hell, it was more
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah, this was also a thing in Skype and ICQ.
Yeah,
They all had the status thingy or description, whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I I'll be honest. I miss those days.
I mean, you can still set it up on Discord, but you have to select so that it stays more than 1 hour or whatever, because it will go away after some time, I think. That's why it's called a status and not a description, or yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
sure how it's called.
yeah, I think it's a status. Yeah, but the fact that you have to, I mean, I remember. Let me, for instance, my WhatsApp. It has what the fuck? Settings. It has a about section, some lyrics from some song, which has different meaning, but in general, it has an about section that you just fill in whatever. Doesn't matter if you're business or private. You fill in something, hit enter, and that's it. That's all there is. You hit your
Mhm.
keyboard, you hit enter, and it's set. It's set in stone, so to speak. Whereas now, um, if you put something, okay, you do that, sure. How long do you want it?
Yeah, it will be gone after some time.
I don't get the time based shit that is surrounding whatever. Yeah, I don't get the time based shit that is needed. I mean, if I want to put
Yeah.
something, let me put it. Don't
Uh,
ask me to put it there for X amount of time. But then again, that's that might just be me because
no, so I think the same. It's useless. I've never seen anyone using it, so they would just put something there. It will stay forever, but nothing that will just stay for a few days or weeks.
yeah,
Or yeah, no idea why it's time-based
and that's
in Discord.
yeah, and that's the same with everything. Like, give me an example. Recently, so I made a few videos by now, mostly on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen those.
They're not great. Let's be real. They're not great. Hell,
Yeah.
none of them are. And personally, I don't care. If someone thinks they're great, sure, go ahead. If someone thinks they're bad, sure, go ahead. As long as I'm having fun. That's the most important part. I'm having fun. But um, recently I started streaming on Twitch, and I had some guy or girl, whatever, I don't know, come to me and say, "Hey, you can take it to the next level. You can check this guy out. He's my brother or sister or my uncle. Doesn't matter. Check them out." Okay. Didn't really react to it. So about half an hour later, just check them out. I'm at work. I'm at work. I got work to do. I got bills to pay. I got shit to do. Did you check them out? Yeah. I only looked at the front page. Nothing more, nothing less. I checked out the name. They had 100K views or subscribers, which is great for them, but it doesn't do anything. It does no good to me. I don't have 100K views. I don't have 100K subscribers. Does no good to me. So yeah, I checked them out. Okay. Um, have you? I have a cousin. I have an uncle. Whatever. I have my ass. They're a freelancer.
Uh,
Maybe you can contact them for X amount of views or get some tips. You know, I said, okay, but I could go to YouTube, check a few videos, get a few ideas. Because if I go to that cousin, that's like, oh, sure, $5 an hour. Fuck you. I'm not gonna pay your ass. Because there's no point of paying someone in the hopes to get views. It's all fake. It's all a scam. Obviously.
Yeah.
So I said, I could go on YouTube, check a few videos, get a few ideas, but it's all luck. It's all time based. So, for instance, and this is actually something I saw today, Ubisoft, which the game I'm playing right now is based on, or property of, they said Valhalla was released, which is the game two two games prior to this, is released during COVID, right?
Yeah.
During the lockdowns. So everyone's at home. No one can go anywhere except a few, like myself. Um, Everyone else is at home. They're gonna be playing. They're gonna be bored. They're gonna be playing games, and obviously anything that's new, they're gonna play. Um, so what are you gonna do? You don't have any new games. Valhalla. Why not? Why not? It's a new game. I like the Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna play it. I got the money because I don't have to buy train tickets or whatever. I'm gonna buy it, and then I'm gonna play it. So that means high player count. Nowadays, people work. They can go anywhere. You could go out, but you don't. I don't. I got work. But that that means a different setting. We're free. We're open. We can go anywhere we want, but we don't. So you can't compare the sales, the buys, and the playtime between each other because they're totally different. Nowadays, people work. If I wasn't free today, I would be working right now. Purely
Mm.
because I work at nights. So that's why I can make the comparison.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would be at work, I wouldn't be playing, and it doesn't mean I wouldn't buy it, but at the same time, I would have bought it, but I wouldn't play, which means total players playing a certain X game would be -1. Now, count that
Uh,
for X amount of people that would be working right because they can, not from home, but at an office or whatever, minus that amount. That would be a huge difference. I didn't start streaming during COVID when everyone is in the home, have nothing to do because my job couldn't be done from home. Thus, meaning they wouldn't be bored. They wouldn't be available to watch whatever video I put out. Huge difference. So I don't take that advice. I don't believe those people. I just do whatever I told them. You know, whatever you want to say doesn't matter. Do you think? But I'm not. I don't believe you. I don't. Nah. Those people. Nah. Uh, just, if I were to, I don't know where exactly I want to go with this, but if I did want to go somewhere, I would have put it back to SafariNet all the way for no reason. Put it back to SafariNet
yeah, why not?
because right now people are working. What don't they have time for? don't I have time for? Be owner
Uh,
of a fucking server.
mm,
I don't have time for that.
why not?
I got
Can
work.
just start a server.
I got work. I got bills to pay.
Uh, I mean, you have time now, so you can start a server and yeah, maybe you work like 2 hours a week for the server. It's enough, I think.
Do you know the amount of stupid people there are in this
Yeah,
fucking world?
yeah, yeah, it's pretty hard to find good people to help you with the server.
I. Oh, Oh, I'm just gonna go to a place that I didn't want to go. You know my ex, because
Yeah.
the fucking amount of time I've known you, you know her,
Mm,
and I don't. Whatever you think of her, if whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. You've known her, you know her, and when you speak to her, I don't care either. Which most likely you don't. But anyway, so I was the owner, the proper owner, and anything that needed to be fixed, I fixed or tried to. I was the technical guy, but I wasn't the community guy.
yeah, that was the problem, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have when you're trying to fix a plugin. What does it require? Coding. Okay, so let's say you create one method. What do you have to do to make sure that method works? Create a server. Okay, so you set up a test scenario. How to best create said scenario? Put in most, if not all, available resources that could fuck up your system. So, in the case of a ranked system, anything that does has to do with a GUI, anything that has to do with teleportation during the opening of a GUI. So, for example, um, you have those plugins that time your transport. They say don't move for X amount of time, right? So, like, there's my current girlfriend says does TP home, and it says don't move, right?
Yeah.
Now that takes 5 seconds. Some plugins that time out or take a timer to not move don't account for commands, which is the most fucked up, stupid thing that a plugin could not account for, such as that. Okay, what happens? In the meantime that she's waiting, she does slash ranks. GUI opens. Just a inventory custom made for that plugin opens. What happens? You're teleported. It closes because of Minecraft. What happens next is the plugin doesn't recognize that you closed it. Now the code is obviously fucked up because my plugin hasn't seen that you closed it. It doesn't account for movement because there's no reason for it, and that basically means data leak because there's still a system that says you're in a GUI that is not there. It's never going to
Ah,
go closed
yeah,
because
sure.
it's already closed, and it never accounted for movement. Doesn't close. you but in the meantime, you're moved. So if it even had a inclination of your previous location at that point, it's no longer accurate. So you have to test all that shit, all that shit, That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know the struggle.
Uh,
Just to have a live server to test the stuff with.
Yeah, so there's a ton of things you have to do as a server owner or as a developer, I should say. Let's start with that. As a developer, you have to test 1,000 things and 1,000 possibilities. As a server owner, it helps to know what could go wrong. You know what people do, you know what actions they take, and what might happen. With the benefit of being a developer, you can anticipate some of these things based on what you're coding compared to what you might add. So both these two worlds of being a server owner and a developer are combined. So at some point, okay, you're coding you're testing that, and you're combining both of your worlds. How that takes a humongous amount of time to both think of what players might do, what you can anticipate, what you know they'll do, to implement that section to prevent it. So if someone moves, you have to implement a method saying, "Hey, okay, if they're moving, meaning um, that GUI has to be closed. If not, remove that player." But you don't want it to be every second because not every second that person needs to be removed. So you don't really want to use the method to save on GPU or GPS or you know um, the timer. You don't want to check every second or millisecond every movement. There's so many checks you have to make and things you have to think of that you don't want to implement, but at the same time do to avoid certain situations or scenarios. So what I came face to face with was okay. I'm coding something. I have to be aware of this, but at the same time, as a server owner, I also have my community that I have to interact with, and that doesn't go together, and that's where it went wrong. I can't both think of okay, I want to create this for my community, have these amount of failure checks, but at the same time have a person ask me how the fuck do I make a crafting bench? Fuck off! I can't do that. I, so at some point I had to make decisions, and I chose to just step away.
Yeah, sure.
And because I stepped away, um, so I stepped away from owning the server from all these people, from my ex, is what led me to also be well, inefficient, I should say, to properly code anything. I could still do it. Don't get me wrong. I could still load up the program if I had it and then code whatever and test it, but it would be different. How are you gonna anticipate everything? You don't. Because the amount of stupid people there are in the world, it's unthinkable. It's unbelievable, even.
Yeah. I mean, you can still start to code again.
I could, yeah.
I mean, it's much easier now that you don't have a server.
Yeah, but at the same time, it depends on the plugin. As far net somewhat even SafariNet. Okay, let's because SafariNet is probably your biggest plugin.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is.
You have several. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, but it's one of your biggest, which honestly, for me, was one of the biggest as well. When I used it, one of the biggest to have. There's a ton of things that you have to think of. Yes or no on the spawner. Can it be used with a spawner? Yes or no. Can it?
Yeah.
How do you want others to interact with it?
Yeah,
Think
this
of
was also because I had a test server or a live test server, so my own server where I let people test my plugin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the reason most, I mean, for me, what helped with some of the things that were added, not big things, but they were added eventually, such as the crafting thing. I mean, I was, I'm not, I don't want to take credit for anything, especially when something that is your design. But at some point, what I got was, how do you make a single use egg? And I would do SN/SN. And really, there was no way to verify how to freaking make it. So I thought, you know what? We need an SN recipe to show
oh yeah,
what
to
the
implement this.
configuration was.
Remember.
Yeah. But it's only some things, and I'm not saying it's as simple as that, but it's things like that that you only think about when you own a server. Let me. What's this? Oh yeah. What the? Okay, let's. I'm opening your link. What's this item? Crafter. What's crafter tier two? Are those new items?
What do you mean? My link I sent you? Or
Yeah.
yeah, no, this was the item from the Feed the Beast, the FairyNet mod.
Oh, the moderate.
That's an example, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this was the item which inspired me to make the plugin.
Ah, yeah. But okay, yeah. So to continue before I go into this, um, so to make certain changes or add-ons to a certain idea that you had in the first place, or a prevention even, you have to have an origin. So if you have a server, people are idiots, as I said. They make mistakes, and you have to account for that. The only way you're gonna know, okay, I need to account for this idiot specifically, is to own a server. And to hear
Yeah,
you say, I own the server with 50 idiots, it helps. Because I've had a lot of idiots on the server, and my ex, I'm not gonna lie, was one of them.
yeah,
I love the debates, don't get me wrong, I love the debates, but she forgot that whatever I had to do for the server required more than just, hey, here's your plugin, and there you go. Because I was
yeah,
dependent. So if I didn't know, let's say I didn't, uh, if I had SafariNet and I didn't know how to fix it because I didn't have access to it, I would depend on your ass to fix it in the way that I liked it, or would be dependent on your time to implement the idea that I needed case of, like, say, let's say a recipe. And if I didn't have the API or the ability to create a plugin to use the API or something similar, create a comment so people could see the recipe of said item. Because it's easy for me to say, hey, okay, you need, well, let's take the recipe I got in front of me. 4 pearl eyes, or pearls, whatever they are, and a single gas tier. And the pearls and the gas tier. In exclamation. Easy for me to say. I designed that recipe in the configuration, if available, and that's it. But how are players going to see that? They're not going to see that. They don't know. So I wanted to take that equation away from it. I wanted to say, hey, okay, you can do this command, and good luck. And from there, if someone else, so I told you, okay, hey, you could do SN recipe. Now Tom joins and says, hey, how can I make a single use? All you had to do was say, okay, you can use /SN space recipe. That's all you had to do. But you could do it, leaving me time to do something else.